Okay. Okay, so. Alright. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a little while. Let's see. So, first and foremost, before we get started, I do have a few things to announce before we get going. I'm currently working on something pretty big at the moment for this campaign. If everything goes really well, it's going to be really pretty astounding, actually, if I can get it done the way that I envision it. But
you can do it.
That'll be. I'll cross that bridge once we get there. But for right now, on one other hand, though, because it was kind of a big thing I wanted to do, because, you know, as I mentioned last session a couple weeks ago, it actually happened last week. It would be the 2 years since we first started this campaign.
Hey.
Yeah, it's
Where's the cake?
I have no cake, unfortunately. But all I can do is raise a toast to everyone, as you guys have made this a spectacular journey, and we're not even done yet. So, I do have a thing that I've been trying to make to commemorate that. Like I said, if it goes really well, it's going to be really amazing. And there'll be more. There's a little more details with that, but I'll get there when I cross that bridge. We put long in urns. Yes, salud. Anyhow, the other thing I wanted to mention is that actually, in actuality, we did manage to get our very first little art piece for the campaign from somebody.
Wait, hold that, what?
From somebody else. Mm-hmm.
We got a fan out, guys. Holy shit, we're making it big.
Yeah, however, it's coming from somebody that we all know and love.
Is it me?
I don't know, did you make anything? You want to share with the class?
I don't have anything.
Sit your butt down, boy. And, but anyhow, all joking aside, yes, we managed to get some cool work done. I will go ahead and share with you guys right now what that is. Holy shit, I didn't realize it was a 7.21 megabyte file. Discord almost said no.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yes.
That looks very nice.
This
The
was
trees.
done by none other than Mayfire Rose on Twitter. Let me go ahead and grab this on thing so that you can see this on screen, everybody. There we go. So, yep, that was recently done, and looks fucking spectacular, by the way. She just told me I work in big sizes, my friend. That's a good thing. Everyone needs to see the good details. But yeah, the tree with ears. No, that tree spoke to you guys.
He was a friend in a time of dire need.
Well, yeah, you guys died multiple times, but anyhow, yeah, so Mayfire Rose did this wonderful piece of work. If you want to go ahead and take a look at everything, she just got done doing a big old mermaid thing going on, which was also really amazing. She powered through this one after I had discussed it with her a bit, and really knocked it out of the park. Well done. Really appreciate it. The Observer looks really great. But yeah, so there was that. The last thing I have to say before we get started is that since it was the second year for this campaign, I kind of wanted to do something a little special at one point. So I wanted to do a charity thing, and I know I was mentioning it to you guys that I wanted to do that, and we'll throw around ideas. So far, I think what we have is that we're going to be doing a one-off in a different campaign universe that I had set up after Seekers was done. I think the idea is that, like, every natural one all of us roll will donate a little more to some foundation. We'll figure that out in the details when we get to it. But for right now, we're just going to try to get through more of this campaign while I get the other stuff set up. It's a lot of work right now. But we are here. And It's like, and one last thing before we really get started for realsies this time, it is going to be a shorter session this time around. So, not going to be our full force Seekers that we're usually used to, but we're still going to go ahead and try to get the ball rolling a little bit so that once next week comes around, I'll be fully prepared, and it is going to be a good session, I feel. So, anyhow, now that we're here and ready to roll, so Seekers, if anyone remembers what happened last week, we had the fight of the century happen between Bilge and a Aarakocra woman named Zia, in which it was a one-on-one, unarmed fight to basically technical knockout.
It was fucking brutal.
It really was. It turned from that's from like just a normal kind of thing to build using certain magics and such. You guys are watching basically in the bleachers. This whole thing go on. Tulius was helping rile the crowd up, which certainly helped out.
I got hold persons because I got too close.
Yes, you ran up to the ring and
I just want to coach.
you
Let me go.
you wanted the coach, but Grandpa got denied.
Denied all coach. His dream broken. What would he do?
And almost his face too, because he almost fell over. So anyhow, during the fight, Bilge managed to use Searing Smite with his extended middle finger, but in the process of doing tons of damage, managed to break it. The fight went in his favor, however, when Zeus finally submitted before she got completely knocked out. Bilge was ecstatic and had adrenaline running until he realized that he broke his finger and passed out afterwards. To which he was dragged into the little locker rooms at the side, and you guys discussed and found out that Zio was in fact a ex-cop and now private investigator looking to put Ikeda behind bars due to the fact that he's got some very illicit stuff happening. However, prior to the fight, I forgot to mention, Bilge made a deal with Zia saying that if she lost, she had to work for you guys, in which she was true to her word and said that she would do so, especially with the assistance from Tullius mentioning how dire the situation is currently. So she completely agreed. At which point, you guys talked to Ikeda, in which you managed to get some information, but probably not as much as you had desired. However, there was one piece of crucial information you did get from him, mentioning that the reason why the two guilds are currently warring with one another is because of a piece of land that is worth a small fortune, specifically in US dollars about 500 million. It's worth a lot. And the only reason why they haven't been able to take it over just yet is because there's a little piece of law still within Jinjito, but as Kaito speculated, he said that more than likely it probably will be gone within the next couple of weeks, if things keep up. To which, at that point, only the strong will be able to inherit that piece of earth. However, currently there's somebody out there with a deed for it, but no one knows who it is, and whether or not they know that they own this very lucrative amount of land is unknown. At that point, you decided to leave that be. Had Zia come around with you. Found out that you had some corporate friends come by to say hello, as Hightower started swarming around the streets looking for you guys. Luckily for you, you had the hindsight to go ahead and disguise yourselves, so you weren't completely out in the open, because that could have gotten really ugly. You've actually got to see a couple of new units from Hightower as well, too. They seem to have these sort of colored badges as well, too, or little patches on the side. One you saw that was sort of blue-colored, and there was a guy with a half mask and like this big sword just strapped to his side. He tried to stop you guys. However, thanks to some convincing, especially from Alexander's side of things. You managed to pass by without having to be completely stopped by. However, it seems like their narrative is that you guys, the Seekers, are apparently menaces here and are armed and dangerous. So, Kaito managed to get you guys to a place known as Skybound Real Estate in order to talk to his friend Sai, in order to basically gain shelter and be able to lay low for a little bit while everything started to blow over. Bilge and Alexander got a little sidetracked, but it's fine. They managed to make it through after being sandwiched by a bunch of Hightower. That's fine. They made it all right. Zia managed to make it back and try to get you guys out, in which she and Tulius managed to do so. And the power of casserole. Exactly. And with that, you guys made it to Skybound Real Estate, in which you talked to a little lady over at the receptionist desk. You mentioned to her that Kai sent you, in which she let the boss know. You guys went up to see said boss up at the on the top floors of this very tall building. Kind of get a really nice view of the city, especially at night. And at which you were met with a half-elven man in a nice suit. However, he seems to have a bit of a hobble to his walk. He's got a little bit of an issue as he's using a cane to sort of stand up. Yet the fact that he looks pretty young, like he looks like he's in his like mid-20s, mid or late 20s, probably at the very most early 30s. And at which point he said that we had a lot to discuss, and you guys are now currently in his little office, and that's where we're currently at. So, at which point, all of you are now into this small office space. And at which point he did say, and he looked to all of you, and he did say that we definitely have plenty to discuss. So, what's your response to that? What's everyone kind of doing? I know Alexandria's still a little hammered over there.
I'm in the office being a good grandpa, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. What can a man do while idling in the office?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What can a man do while idling in the office sitting?
What kind of man? Wait, what?
What will a man do while idling in the
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. What are you guys doing? He seems to be looking at you very expectingly.
I'm observing.
Okay.
This is the abandoned house we were supposed to be at?
No, it's not an abandoned house. It's it is a tall office building, in which it was called the Skybound Real Estate. Very nicely furnished. This place actually looks...
Are we still in disguise?
Yes.
I opened W's. Mr. Right-Hand Man.
Yes. I guess for starters, if you don't mind, I guess a proper introduction would be in order.
He gives a nod, and he says, of course, it seems with another corporate entity running about and causing a ruckus of things, I would like to know who I'm discussing with.
Of course. Well, I am a representative to Mr. Heifer here.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm known as Tyrulius Moore Everton. And we were sent your way by a good friend, a mutual friend of ours. In the
Bless
hopes,
his soul, he was so kind to us.
in the hopes that we could take sanctuary from the authorities outside.
Oh man, this is difficult. Because you're both being truthful and deceitful. I'll tell you what, Tulius. roll me first one deception check and then one persuasion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deception first. Deception is 19. And oh no! It's nat 1, but persuasion 14, but it's a nat 1.
It's a nat 1. Okay. All right. As you're saying this, he's kind of giving you a look over, Tulius, and he looks to you and his eyes kind of squint a bit. And he says, "This is a very interesting situation that you've all found yourselves into, and I wish to know the truth of things. You understand, I have a bunch of people that I don't quite know staying within these halls that are mine. Especially, I'm only doing this because of this mutual friend you speak of. It's a very large favor that I owe him."
Of course, and let it not be said, we are not appreciative. In the very least, of course, we appreciate anything that you can offer to us. We find ourselves in something of a predicament. We're here on business in the city, looking for a particular, shall we say, object of interest. But currently, seeing as how there are armored men on the streets, it may not be the best time to go about doing so. In search of it.
Indeed, but I have to ask, why are you being pursued by such individuals? What is it that they have to gain from chasing you down?
Let's just say they would like to see our business fall down. And fire properly. I said to outside.
Nice try.
That is
simplest form of it. Yes, we have conflicting interests that, and we are competitors.
Competitors with those that are armed to the teeth is very interesting, I may say.
Mm-mm. I got. Oh shit! He got us. Look.
Wow.
Yeah, you can tell just by the. I'll let you know right now. You don't have to roll insight or anything. You can kind of tell that he's looking into you guys right now, like pretty hard.
Kind of look back at everybody and kind of just shrug.
You said, "I'm gonna guess you see the orc and the lizard."
Yes, I do.
Again.
Listen, there is no need to be deceitful.
Dragons, not lizards. I'm not. It's confusing me.
In my experience, Mr. Heifer, shall we say, we'll just go to that right now. It is best not to call dragonborn lizards. They take high offense to that.
Listen to the dude. Learn.
All right. Well, I guess we can drop the act then.
Thank God. I don't think I could have keep up with the fake karma I was trying to put out.
Yeah, Zia's just sort of looking at this like, wow, guys.
We tried. I mean,
A disguise doesn't work if it doesn't, work.
finally. I'm gonna revert back to myself. Fuck it.
Yeah, kind of seeing you do that, a very subtle look of surprise creeps across his face, but yet very intrigued.
I'll go ahead and drop mine.
Hello, hi. Yeah, have some alcohol or something that I can have or something, I gotta get, have some more.
No.
I appreciate your forwardness.
Do you not know what you drink? Missy?
It doesn't matter. I drank that like 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes. I don't even know. What is time? I just need more.
Oh my
No.
god.
Stop it. I
Alexander.
forgot those so you can track attention. Get an intervention. Now.
No, you.
You just got no you'd. Jesus.
You could do better than I know you. I'm disappointed in you, miss.
So I assume everyone besides Alexander is going ahead and dispelling their disguises.
Surprise! I'm still old.
Over being given right now.
Wow.
What a shocker.
Okay. So everyone drops their disguises, and then there's Alexander, who's still staying as aggressive Aerith.
Well, hide the chairs.
At which point, Sai kind of leans up against his desk a bit for leverage, and he says, "Well, this is. I'll be honest. This is not what I was expecting to deal with by the end of my day, but life is very strange and interesting at times. It seems. Well, now that we've been a little more truthful for one another, I will not say that I am not sympathetic to your causes, especially going up against the likes of those individuals. And yes, that means I'm very well aware of who they are, but why they're here is another story entirely. Do you happen to know why that is? Why they roam the streets of Jinjito in such an aggressive manner?
Group huddle. Can we trust this guy?
I mean, so far he hasn't shown any reason not to trust him. And I mean, to be totally honest, it's either him or the grunts outside.
Fair enough.
Okay. Kind of sits there, with his arms crossed a little bit, kind of waiting expectingly. As you guys group huddle.
Mr. Saito, was it?
Yes.
To be totally honest, we're here working for a foreign government.
Governmental workers, then.
Kinda, sorta.
Under government, but I don't know, with freelance benefits, I guess.
A secret society, then. I understand.
I guess.
No, he's right.
If any of you are wondering why I'm so keen on that, I've seen your kind move about, not in a derogatory way, of course. I've just seen you do work, essentially. I've seen it before.
Okay, well, perhaps.
So then, maybe we'll just get straight to the point then.
Well, yep. Well, first things first. Yeah, we here on business, but not like
Clearly.
not in the housing business, that's for sure.
If the housing market had suddenly turned very aggressive like this, where everyone's toting guns and all sorts of things, then I must be missing something, because I'm one of the top real estate individuals here who work within that field. If that was the case, I must have missed a memo.
Well, then perhaps you can help us shine a little light on a little plot of land that's a pretty hot spot right now.
As soon as you say this, you can see the demeanor on his face. I mean, he was very, plain-faced. He didn't really have much expression to him, but now you can tell that he's looking far more serious as you say that. And he looks to you, Tulius, as you say that, and he almost looks like piercing into your very soul, even. And he looks and he says, "How do you know about that?"
I'll put my hands up. I'm going to be totally honest with you. We're not interested in the land itself, but perhaps there's something on that land that we're looking for.
Kind of straightens up a bit. Very interesting that you would bring that up. That is definitely a contentious topic. As you're...
I have a gut feeling you might know what we're already looking for.
No, I actually don't. If you're not looking for the plot of land, then what is it that you're searching for?
Well, we're looking for some probably cursed armor.
Probably, you say.
Well, I mean, our job is basically Indiana Jones's, but so basically every item we come into is cursed.
It's something that holds a pretty decent amount of magic in it, and if put in the wrong hands, namely them outside, things could get ugly. Not only for Jinjito, but for pretty much the rest of the world.
Yeah, you can see that in his facial expression kind of gets very contemplative as he looks down for a minute, and then back up at you for another moment. So you're telling me that there's something out there that stretches far beyond just the issues of the city?
Quite possibly.
I mean, there was a whole lot of them, but we took care of most of those.
Good to know that there's others out there with altruistic motives. As for this suit of armor, I'm afraid I don't know anything about it. However, I will say that I've heard a lot of words, shall we say, discussions and such about shipments of things. It seems that both the guilds have acquired some items of great value. Perhaps one of them may hold this armor.
Or, if we're really fucked, they have a piece of it.
I would argue that it would probably be far worse if they had the full set, as I had sort of assumed.
That's true. Now that I think of it, there's nothing disproving they don't have their own part of it. And who knows what a piece can do.
And of course this is magical in nature. Do you
Yeah,
know what it does? Do you know what it
conquer things.
I'm not going to lie with you. That's not very helpful.
That was all we got. So
Do you even know what it looks like?
no.
Not particularly.
You can almost see he's a little bit dumbstruck.
From what we do know about it, it can do anything from, take over people's minds to possibly even making this entire city into a crater.
That's a very broad range of abilities, but yet alarming nonetheless.
Yeah, I think they call it the Conqueror's Armor for very good reasons.
Fair. Absolutely. Well, at that rate, I do believe that having heard this, I am reinforcing my thoughts about sheltering you. After all, if those individuals out there, as he sort of looks outside to the window towards the rest of the city, if those individuals had gotten something like that within their hands, I can only imagine what they would do with it.
Ooh, nothing good. Nothing good.
Certainly. Well then, I suppose for the time being, these halls are yours to roam about and to be able to rest up.
We appreciate it
Certainly.
very much.
You wouldn't happen to have a good old-fashioned water cooler. I'm pretty sure someone will need to drink a few cups.
Huh? What?
Yes, we most
Hydrate!
With alcohol.
Like Jack looks disappointed. Wait, you know what? I think I know where we can find some vodka in a nice big old 10-gallon jug.
Well, at any rate,
Has
Well-
that spring water flavor.
we.
That was the dumbest joke I made.
Are you sure that was the dumbest one? Like out of character. Are you sure that was the dumbest one?
Maybe. I'm fucking myself up.
Okay. At which point, Sai sort of stands up, kind of hobbles a bit over. He says, "Well, if you don't mind, I would like to go ahead and get through the rest of my night, and then we'll talk first thing in the morning about what's going on and your plans for everything. For now, I will not keep you from your rest. If you have need of anything, I will go ahead and leave my number here."
Thank you. Mr.
Thank
Saga.
Of course. I see to it that, well, those within the guilds do not try to make this fine city into something twisted and malevolent. I know it sounds like hyperbole, but truth be told, it's far more true than I'd like to care to admit. But at any rate, I will allow you to go ahead and rest up. The amenities are yours. Just be sure to clean up after yourselves. That's all I ask.
Don't worry, I make sure these guys keep everything nice and tidy.
I shoot Alexander a look.
Please do. I'm very particular about that.
Oh, you would give him the look, miss. I'm still tipsy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, stand up straight for 5 seconds.
What?
Just stand straight for 5 seconds.
At which point, as he's about to head towards the door towards the hallway to the elevator, he says, "Up top, the 15th floor is where you'll be able to find some empty rooms you can make use out of.
Thank you, sir.
Until then, I will go ahead and leave for the time being, and I will see you all first thing in the morning." At which point, he goes ahead and gives you a bit of a polite nod and closes the door behind him, leaving you guys within his office.
Okay, thank you. There I go.
For once, honesty helped us.
For once,
Oh god, we're alone in this house. Let's start a fucking party.
No.
Party?
No.
I think all of us, Bilge, I think you need to go rest.
yeah,
you're still pretty, man.
Yeah, Zia kind of looks over at Bilge like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of did a number."
Yo,
Yeah, you
what
look-
about-
You
what
kind of
about
looking.
window
yeah.
where to drink?
And I'm not feeling too hot either. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and go pass the hell out up. What does he say? 15th floor?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'll see you
I
guys.
thought he said 16.
I'm pretty sure it was 15. I think the old man's right. I think we need to hydrate.
Just a little water.
With alcohol.
Just a little water.
And with that, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Okay, good night.
She goes ahead and closes the door behind her as she leaves.
I hate to say it, but this is a normal occurrence. Why, I don't know.
All right, so you guys are left alone within the office. What do you guys like to do? Is there anything you'd like to do before getting your long rest in?
Wait, can I slide Buggy into the elevator right as she hops?
Sure. I'm gonna say right now she's a bird. She's going to see this.
Oi, no, yeah. I'll just slide him in and be like, oi, take him with you.
Wait, why? Why take the dog?
And then the
Wait.
door's closed.
Wait, what was that, Bilge?
And then the door's closed. Like,
Yeah. Just kind of looks down at Buggy. It's like, can you believe this? It's the 15th, the floor to the 15th, the button for the 15th floor.
I'll look through Buggy's eyes just so I can see if there's any traps up there waiting for us.
Okay. Currently what you're seeing, Bilge, as you are looking through the eyes of your stocky and short dog, you're kind of noticing as the doors open up, as Zia walks through. The halls are very well lit. It has a nice red carpeting floor. And each end, you can see that the rooms kind of, or the hallway stretches outwards about, I'd say, 50, 60 feet ahead. Nice wood finish doors on each side. She goes ahead and moves a little more towards the back, and looks over to her left, turns over, and then opens up the door, and without any resistance, the door opens. Buggy kind of follows in, and at which point she puts her foot down, and Buggy looks up. You see Zia look down. It's like, oh no. This is my room, little buddy. I understand. I understand you like to follow, but you know, you need to go somewhere else. And at which point she closes the door, but very gently.
Denied.
At which point, Buggy goes over towards the elevator doors, notices they're closed, and just sort of plops.
Oh, my poor buddy, I'll be calling to my hand.
Okay, as soon as you do that, just right back in your hands.
My God.
Did you try to spy on the cop?
Oh.
What? No, I was just letting Buggy go for a little.
Nice one. I know what you're doing.
Bilge, respect a lady, won't you?
I don't know how to make a lady radish.
Van, it would be a shame if I tell Van.
Oh, yeah.
And then what? I'm so confused. I'm even more confused right now.
Ex your mum.
Don't worry about it, Bill. I think
Buggy,
that's
let's
just
go. Press all the buttons so I know which one's right.
Guys, real quick, did I nail it or what last time we played?
You did. You really did.
You really
It's
did.
really funny because, real quick, Bilge, I did the same exact thing when you left, and I had to play as Bilge.
Oh yes, you did. You fucker.
I was about to go and press all the buttons, and then Alexander stopped me. Okay. Yeah, you get into the elevator and you press all the buttons, and they start to do its thing, and you go on for your wild adventure through elevator land.
I'll start taking the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, there is.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, there is a stairwell right towards the as you're coming down the hallway, it'll be on your left, right next to the elevator.
Might just wait.
Encounters.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe we'll get some different encounters.
Yeah.
Yes, we shall encounter exercise.
So, anything you guys like to do before you get your long rest in?
I mean, anything beats an elevator.
Where am I going?
I don't know. Where are you going?
Where are you going? Hmm?
No, I'm looking around like, I don't know where I'm going.
Come on, you.
Follow the husband.
Doing the John Travolta thing. That's funny.
Actually, when I'm riding the elevator,
Yo, what?
but I'll stay in the elevator until it goes all the way to the top, and there's a way I can get on the roof.
Okay. Yes, as you sort of wait as it goes up and up and up, it finally hits top floor, in which for roof access, it's a very small hallway up to a door, a red door, ahead of you. As you walk up to it, you kind of notice that it's actually, I need you to roll me investigation. Let me see if Bilge would know anything about this.
Oh god, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, this is a tall building, so you're gonna be up there for a while.
11.
What was that?
11.
Oh, 11, Jesus. Okay. To you, it is a very bright red door. Now, red usually means something. I'm not really sure what it means, but you have a feeling that this door is kind of important. Other than that, it's just a door. You push.
I pull up my little payphone, Sarah Cock
Wait, call who?
Captain.
Okay, so Tulius, as you are waiting for the elevator to come. Actually, no, wait, you're not waiting. You're going up the stairwell.
Yeah.
As you're getting to the stairwell to the 15th floor, as you're about to pick out a room, your phone begins to ring.
What happened, Bilge? Did you get stuck in the elevator?
Oi, no, I'm trying to get to the top of this place, and I don't know if red means top, but I found a red door.
No. Do
it!
No.
Oh, is that
Bilge, do not open that door.
Do it!
Bilge, that door is going to set off every alarm in this building.
Oh no.
It's a fire escape door.
How do you escape from a fire through a door? I don't think you know. I don't think you know what this is.
No.
Bilge, if the place were to go on fire, they would go to the top so that helicopters would come save them. Have you seen action movies? Never mind, don't answer that.
You said a lot of big words. I don't know what's going on. Can you get me to the roof, Captain? I got this.
Why do you need to go to the roof?
Because my eyes are way better than yours, and I can see like the whole fucking city from the roof.
Oh.
Firstly, I can see in the dark very well, just like you.
Yeah, but I could see like an ant in the dark climbing on a wall all the way across the room. I don't. Captain, I could see every wrinkle in your red skin. I don't think you.
I don't have wrinkles.
Jack tilts his head and tries to look at Tony's skin.
Bilge, come back down. You can see very well from the 15th floor. We'll get opposite side rooms so you can come into each other's rooms and take a look around.
Oh my god, that's so smart! I'll jump back in the elevator and press every button. Alright, I'll see you soon, Captain.
And by soon, he means in about 20 minutes.
I'll make sure.
Yeah, so at which point, for the sake of brevity, it does take a while. All of you have picked out your rooms.
Oh, Shane, is there one of those open and close signs, for businesses for this office?
No, doesn't seem to be like it. This actually seems to be almost like a makeshift guest room as you guys sort of take a look in. There, it seems to be like little futons and such here.
God dang, I would have flipped the sign to close. Ultimate protection.
Yeah, it just seems really kind of makeshift, but at the same time, it's still got a little bit of a cozy vibe to it. However, yeah, it is a bit small. It's not like any of the hotels you've ever been in. It's actually around the same. It's around the same size as your rooms. Your rooms are a little bigger. Back at HQ, but yeah, that's kind of what you're kind of looking at here. Bilge managed to make it down to the 15th floor finally, after a while, and at which point, I guess, as Tulius had mentioned, you guys are now in opposite from one another in terms of the rooms.
Oi, I'll just call out from the hallway. Captain,
Okay, here he goes again.
Yeah, every one of you guys are hearing this as Bilge comes walking through the hallway, causing a ruckus.
Right here, big guy.
Oh, Captain. Listen, so like, I don't know if you want like the whole team here for this, like, but I realized that Hightower's here in the city, and like they're getting all rich and fancy and shit. So they're probably all over the city. So like, while we're here in this big fancy building, we can use my super good eyes to see where they're walking and when they're walking, and we'll know when we can walk. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if we walk up here this time, they won't be there because we spent the night watching them.
Bilge, like, aren't you just took a beating from a bird?
Right.
I mean, don't you think you need
Oh shit!
at least a few hours to rest?
I almost spit my water out. Not gonna lie.
But I'll sleep it off later. Right now, the mission is what we gotta focus on. Not no bullet wounds.
I appreciate your earnest, Bilge, but tell you what, we've got a few other good eagle eyes around here. We'll have them keep watch. You just rest up, okay? I'll even watch myself.
That sounds silly.
Okay. So, are you actually going to be looking outside your windows to see things going on then?
Okay.
Okay, for those doing so, roll perception.
Do I get to do so with like advantage or anything? I can see up to a mile as if it was like perfectly clear to me.
Oh, Jesus Christ, HD eyes as you sort of look in. Your eyes focus in. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'll grant advantage. That's fine. You're not in any like real danger or anything. You're in a safe zone. So go ahead. Moors. You don't really see much. It's a lot of neon lights, a lot of little flashing bits here and there. It's not very Jesus. We'll go to that in a minute. It's a very beautiful city, especially at night. You believe just by looking at it that you understand why it's very much so popular within night. However, you don't really see anything that's out of the ordinary. You just see a bunch of people walking by. That's really about it. Bilge, you're able to spot some Hightower. However, they well, to you, yeah, you can spot them. You don't really make out super clear details, as a lot of them are kind of stretched far outwards, and they're kind of being covered up by a bunch of people walking by on the streets at the moment. However, there was one that does catch your eye. Is a very bulky looking one. This guy looks to be pretty tall, about near, I'd say 6'5", 6'6". Hulking behemoth of a man in this big suit, like this kind of Kevlar armor that's not unlike, say, what a bomb squad person would wear. And they are just walking through, and he's like parting people like fucking Moses right now. They're keeping a wide berth of him, and you can tell as he's walking by, they are kind of afraid of him.
Wait, he's tall like me, so is he like thicker than me?
Yeah, you could tell that this man is definitely thicker than you.
Did you just describe the dozer enemy from Payday?
In a way, yeah. Yep, actually. Not exactly looking like that, as the helmet isn't one of those that's like sort of the visor. It's more like an actual helmet, but with like these sort of goggles so you kind of see like the little eyes and such like that. However, yeah, it is definitely like bomb squad looking armor, and you notice on his left arm there's this big what looks like to be like a riot shield. The guy looks out of sorts, but nobody is going to tell him otherwise. Alexander, with your natural 20, you're seeing a lot of this as well too, as you kind of peer outward, looking into the city. You notice that a lot of these individuals. You notice that one Hightower individual that was the guy with the half gas mask and the sword strapped to his side. You can see him and a few other grunts sort of asking people, what looks like to be asking people, probably looking out for you. Judging by the way that they are kind of moving about, they're probably not getting a lot of information at the moment, but you can tell they are not giving up.
How far is the closest one?
The closest one out of Hightower in general from where you're at, I would say probably would be about, oh god, you're probably seeing it from there, so it'd be like outstretched out that way. So it'd probably be around like 200 feet or so.
Man, that's out of my range.
Totally imagine. Xian, you're kind of sort of seeing the same thing as Bilge at the moment, except not as highly detailed. The big guy definitely catches your attention. However, there's just a sea of people sort of walking about, and the very bright flashing lights from all the signage and such is kind of is a bit distracting.
Everything glows.
It glows, and it's very pretty looking.
Well, yeah.
But you'd probably you probably don't want to stare too long into that.
Nope.
Anybody else doing anything before they get their long rest in?
I'm just gonna flop the bed and chill.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Grandpa's
pass out on the floor as soon as I go in my room.
Okay, sure. That's gonna be interesting. That's
Grandpa's took out from babysitting.
Oh my.
fine. Welcome to my world.
Before actually going to sleep.
What's that?
Sending a few choice texts before going to sleep
Okay. Choice texts.
to certain people.
Okay. Is this something that is only known to Xian, or can you say outright?
Huh? Well, no, it'd probably be like, people outside of the group.
Okay, alright. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to be sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Anybody else? Okay.
I think that's it.
Cool, cool.
After
Alright.
I look, take a hit, go sleep.
Ah, yes. Of course. Yeah, you get some very restful sleep after that, for sure, Morris. Yeah, everyone gains the benefits of a long rest now. So, go ahead and update your sheets if you had used any spell slots, or, in Bilge's case, spell slots and HP. Which means I can update Zia's thing too. Okay, yeah, good. I already did. Alright, beautiful. So, all of you begin to sleep for a bit, and before you know it, the sun begins to rise up. Emphasis on HP, for sure. The sun begins to rise, and all of you begin to wake up for the beginning of the day. It is currently around 8 in the morning as you begin to stir and wake up. Yep. You find yourselves in the little guest rooms, of course. Very well air conditioned as well, too, mind you.
I guess my key points are back.
Yes. When you finish a short or long rest, Jack, you get your key points back.
Yay.
Yep, yeah, you guys, in terms of long rest, you get your resources back. So, the morning has arrived. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna get coffee some.
You're gonna do what? Get up and do what?
Get some coffee.
Coffee.
Currently where you're at, you're not really sure where to get any. But you have a feeling that if you probably go back to Sai's office, you might be able to ask him about it.
Ah, frick.
He did say he had amenities, you just didn't ask about it.
Well,
I'll follow Jack on that.
Okay.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee and a bagel.
No, wait, 2 bagels.
2 bagels.
3 bagels. Okay, so
3 bagels.
4 bagels.
okay, count.
Alright.
Yeah. So yep. All right. So Moors and Jack are going back to the tour around the 18th floor to talk to Sai about getting some nice amenities. What about the rest of you? Anybody else doing anything?
I'm gonna wake up.
How are you feeling, Alexandria?
Oh my.
Where the fuck am I?
Do you remember anything from last night?
No? Where are we?
You don't remember the bad decisions you made?
What the? Oh.
Ooh.
It's all coming back.
Where are we? What happened? What's going on?
We're currently on a mission. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning. Go.
Okay.
What did I do?
Nothing, I'm just fucking with you. Let's go.
uh 10 out of 10 boyfriend right there.
I'm not a fan of these futon thingies, though. God, how do they sleep?
What's going on?
We're off the coast of Japan. We're looking for magic armor.
Okay.
You drank
All right.
yourself to hell and back yesterday.
Did I do anything embarrassing?
Yes.
Apart from betting on builds in a death arena? Not really.
Huh?
It's okay, we made friends.
What?
You're gonna learn
You
today.
look like you need some water.
How much did I drink? My head hurts so much.
You drank enough, apparently.
I see. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. So I assume you two are going back to the 18th floor as well too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else, or are they just sort of hanging out? Just so I understand where everyone's at.
Well, in my room and like look out the window, see what I can see.
Currently from where you're looking, Bilge, as you begin to sort of press your face up against the glass and kind of look about, it seems just as it was like when you arrived the day previous. Many people walking about. It's not as busy as it was last night, but you don't see any black and red. There's no Hightower to be seen here.
Oh.
I will go to the elevator and press every button on it, and since I don't know where anyone is, every time the door opens, I'll be like, guys!
Okay. It takes a little bit. I'd say probably like about maybe 5-6 minutes. Yeah, Xian, you're still passed out because of your body's used to another time zone entirely. You're like in the past still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bilge, it takes a little bit. You go through one room, guys, nothing. Go through another one, guys, nothing. Until finally, Jack and Moors, Alexandria and Tulius, when you're on the 18th floor, door opens up and then there's Bilge yelling out, guys!
Guys!
And yep. Do you say anything?
No.
Alright, they're not here. Next floor.
And
Probably
he go-
shit himself again.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Oh my god! Nobody said anything to Bilge as he was coming up.
Wow.
What?
If your passive perception was not lower than a 10, you definitely heard it.
I think that's something we need to deal with before he starts.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
what is he doing? What is he doing?
I'm eating my bagel.
I don't quite think he understands how this elevator thing works.
Okay, I'll get him.
Is he coming back?
From what you can tell from looking at the closed elevator doors, you have an inkling of a feeling. No, not anytime soon.
I'm gonna go try to find him.
Okay.
My bagel. I'm gonna try to find him. I didn't say I was gonna try hard.
Okay. Roll me a half-ass investigation roll.
Pretty so half-assed. I'm just gonna use the D20 dice here. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. holy shit, Mords. What's your modifier
My mod
for
wait,
investigation?
investigation.
Yeah.
That's wisdom, right?
No, I think that's. Is that? Hold on. Let me.
I think it's wisdom.
For
If
perception?
it's wisdom, it's 0.
Oh my god. Hold up. Investigation is intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 0. I don't have anything in that.
Okay, so straight 4. Moors, you're so apathetic, and this bagel is so good that it's like, it's the perfect storm of not giving a shit. As you walk up the stairwell, you open up the door, look around. You don't even go inside the hallway. You just look. No, it can't be here. You go up to the next floor, open it up. No, don't see him. And then at that point, you get halfway to the next floor, and you do a 180 and turn right back down. You're like, fuck this. And you head back. You head back down to the the 18th floor.
It was actually worse than I thought. It was a -1.
Oh my
I have -1 in it. So that fits it perfectly.
Yeah, you are so apathetic. You can't bring yourself to care right now, because the further you in your brain right now, you're thinking, the further away I am from the 18th floor is the further away I'm from the coffee and bagels right now, and that's not good. I don't want that.
Exactly.
Very one track minded.
One type priorities.
All right, so for those on the 18th floor who are there currently, you do happen to notice that Zia is actually sitting at one of the sofas there, with seemingly probably having a bit of tea. Kind of looks to you all, kind of gives you a bit of a nod and gets back to it. In which, over to your left or right hand side, I'm sorry, you do happen to notice that Sai is there with looking over some paperwork. As you guys sort of walk in, he looks up to you. And he gives a bit of a friendly nod and he says, "Oh, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I trust that you slept well."
More or less.
And I hope that when I go up to those... When I go to those floors, the things are going to be straight and in order, yes?
Of course.
Very good. Oh, no. And he sort of gestures over to where Zia's at, over at that little conglomerate of sofas and chairs. And he says, "If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and take a seat, and we'll go ahead and discuss further business. The coffee and tea is completely complimentary, by the way. That's on me. So help yourselves."
Thank you.
Oh, bless.
Very much.
Of course. I'll be done in just a moment. I have to look over a few things, and then we'll talk. As he gets back to his paperwork, he begins to sign off on a couple things you feel. And as you approach the little circle of furniture And Sia kind of looks up to you guys and it's like, I never thought I'd actually get to be up in this kind of position. So you're going to have to forgive me if I'm a little weirded out about things at the moment. But regardless, this does seem very important. Remind me again why you guys are being chased off by a mega corporation. What did you do to piss them off?
Boy, where to start?
Well, that's never a good sign, but please, continue.
Well, we're not 100% sure, but they used to be business partners with our group. And then they decided to give us the middle finger and then give us the knife.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Hang on. I'll play that.
I don't...
There you go. At which point she kind of leans back in her chair a bit and she looks to you, Jack, and says, okay, so you guys used to work together, and now they suddenly hate your guts. Any particular reason why that is?
I guess...
Well, basically we've done this activity more than once, and every single time we've been able to procure these objects before they did.
So they're looking for them too.
Oh yeah,
Makes
for their own devices.
Makes sense. You can't trust corporates. Well, and you still have no idea what this armor does. Just know that it's bad enough to cause a whole end-of-the-world scenario.
Yep.
Based on the other ones that we've dealt with? Yeah.
That's right, you did deal with others. Huh. Color me impressed, then. I have no reason not to believe your story. I feel like you're being very truthful with me. Especially since this is a very serious matter. Oh. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Just know that I have my own things I gotta take care of, too.
Of course, and, I mean... Bilge isn't physically here at the moment, right?
No, he's not yet.
He's probably still in the elevator.
I'm gonna walk in.
Yeah, just
Okay.
between us. You have no real obligation to work, for us, as Bilge made it sound like. But we appreciate it.
Well, of course. This is something I did know. Absolutely. But I'll be honest, this has been the most exciting thing I've had aside from beating chumps up in the ring for the past couple of weeks. Not to mention, you did say that this affects the entire city. And, well, if that's gone, then who's to say Japan's not next? And then next country over, and so on and so forth. So this is a little more encompassing and a little more important than what I'm trying to do. So I'll help in any extent that I can. You just need to let me know what to do.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna be very valuable help to us.
I know my way around the city a bit, for one.
I am curious though. What put the X in front of cop?
She kind of looks to you a bit, those really sharp bird eyes looking straight at you. She kind of looks to the side a bit more, and says, I don't know if you're wanting to know about that. Just understand that it was sort of an executive decision on my behalf.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Not saying it doesn't necessarily concern you. I mean, it doesn't, to be quite honest, but not to be rude. It's just something that I felt was better for myself.
Oh, I'm happy to leave it at that then.
Sometimes you find your calling a little bit later in life.
Exactly.
Was you calling kicking ass?
Yeah, that was something that I kind of picked up on after a while. Especially when I started doing the private investigator stuff. I've had that experience for a couple of years now. My partner and I got kind of separated, though. He's taking care of things back on the mainland. Myself, though, here, I'm very determined to get this guy behind bars. And I'll be honest, the pay is really good. But after working with him, man's a bit of a sleazeball. Now I just want it for self-satisfaction. You catch my drift.
I think we do.
Good. With this being a little later in the day, I imagine now at this point, those who are not already up are now up.
Unfortunately.
Yep. I'm not sure about Alexander. I'm not sure where he's at. But Xian, you do manage to get up, and it is right around 9 in the morning. Kind of a wild night last night, but you know, hey.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, even though I didn't drink.
No, you actually didn't. Ample opportunity to do so.
No.
Alexander was saying, well, I was going to the roof, but the elevator's taking forever, and I think I know why. Yeah, you stand at the... it was in the morning, you stand at the elevator door and you press the button. You sit there for a minute. And it seems like it's taking a while. You start pressing it again. Look at it. And then it hits you. Fucking bilge. As you scream in despair. You definitely hear this as well too, Xian.
Oh, that would be Alexander.
Yep. For the sake of brevity, I imagine, Alexander, you would be taking the stairwell instead. This with a ton of grievances, because I imagine you're feeling very lazy at the moment. I guess. Yeah. You do manage to head downwards. Actually, no, it's upwards. I'm sorry. You manage to head upwards to the higher floors, around the 21st or so. And you make it to Sai's office. As you door opens up, and you all see Alexander walk through as he looks a bit irritated.
Uh-oh.
So that means Alexandria...
Enjoy your morning walk.
That means Alexandria, Tulius, and Moors. You're currently in Sai's office at the moment. Just as a reminder.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is the roof.
I'm pretty sure this isn't the roof.
I turn around and leave.
Bye.
Bring Bill back if you can.
Oh, why is he looking for the roof?
Why is he looking for the roof?
I don't understand why everybody wants to go to the roof now.
I don't.
Zia just...
What the hell's on the roof?
Zia
Why
just
don't
takes a bit of a
I
sip.
roof.
Zia takes a bit of a sip of her tea. She's like, beats the hell out of me. Xian, where are you headed off to?
Well, I guess I should join everybody since I apparently slept in.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you managed to get up, kind of get your outfit on, and head down, or I'm sorry, up towards the floors. Kind of getting a hint about the elevator being currently preoccupied at the moment. You just go towards the stairwell and go up a couple floors, and you actually make it in as the door opens up. You actually manage to go past Alexander, meeting him in the stairwell.
Alexander, where are you going?
The roof.
Why?
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Curiosity being my nature, may I follow him?
If that's what you want to do.
Yes,
Are
please.
you, it's. How are you following him? Are you following him very subtly, or are you just kind of just trailing him?
I'm just gonna trail him.
Okay. Kind of go up the stairs, and Alexandria kind of noticed that Xian seems to be following you.
Internally sighing.
Hey, look, whatever it is, I'm not gonna ask about it. I promise, okay? Promise.
Sure.
It takes a bit of time, but you manage to get to the top floor where the roof is, and let me make a roll here. Beautiful timing. As soon as you guys get into the room, you look over to your right hand side, down the short hallway. You notice a big red door with a red light over to the left hand side. And then as soon as that, you hear a ding, and the elevator doors start to open, and it's Bilge.
Guy!
Right here!
Yeah, Bilge, you absolutely see Xian and Alexander in front of you.
Oh boy.
Oh. Hey guys.
Why did you press all the buttons?
Cause
What did I say about captains only pressing the button?
there was no captain in the elevator with me.
Well, why didn't you go with captain?
Cause captain wasn't there. I can't follow the captain if I don't see a captain.
Oh my god.
So pure.
He's so pure.
Cinnamon roll.
Absolute cinnamon roll. Yeah.
Where's the door to the roof?
Right to your... as you're looking to your left, towards Bilge, you look over to your right, and there's the door. It's big, red, with a red light over to the left-hand side.
Oi, so Captain was real scared that if I opened it, something was gonna happen. But Alexandria has said to open it.
Well, you should know any better to not listen to any of those two.
Whoa. So
No.
kick the door down?
No. Please don't.
Maybe not kick, but I encourage opening it, as long as it's not me.
You're a bad influence.
I knock on the door.
You give it a solid knock as your hand hits metal, and there seems to be nothing.
Oi, no one's home.
No.
So you're opening the door?
Why?
Okay. Towards the little handle where you push in and push outwards, the door opens up, and then you hear ding 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 going on. Back down to the 21st floor. As you guys are sort of sitting around, suddenly you hear that go off, and at which point
No.
Sia looks over to you guys, and she's like, I swear, if that's your guys doing, you need to put people on a leash or something.
What leash is
You know what?
hold the boulder?
At that
Alright.
point, I just like almost spit out my drink, like, what the fuck?
At which
They
point,
just don't make collars big enough.
at which point, Sai gets up, and he begins to move as fast as he can, despite his despite the crippledness of his leg. And he says, "Curiosity begets interesting results." As you can tell, he's a bit irritated.
I apologize with every fiber of my being. And like I get down on my knees and like do the low I'm sorry bow.
You do the grovel. At which point he's not even looking at you as he's getting towards the doorway. There seems to be a little panel towards the door. He begins to press some buttons, and then suddenly the alarm stops. And he sighs, and he looks over, and he says, "If they had asked just for roof access, I would have allowed it. Anyways, I'm almost done. We'll talk in a minute." He begins moving back to his desk.
I mimic what Tulius is doing.
It's just...
I am so sorry for my brother.
Just imagine just these two in the full-on grovel position.
My nose is on the floor. Whatever this carpet smells like.
It is actually marble floor. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a green marble floor.
I am sorry for my brother and however I was acting last night because I was too fucking drunk. I'm sorry.
Zia leans back in her chair, but says, "Man, good job, guys." At which point, Saito pulls up in his seat a bit, and he looks over to you two, and he closes his eyes for a minute and opens them back up. "It's fine. Just make sure you keep them in check. Had they had done this little stunt last night, I can only imagine all those individuals that you were trying to hide from would know you were here. Luckily, I did not see them as I was coming back to the office. You're very fortunate." And he goes back down to his paperwork. As you two are still on the floor groveling.
I'm sorry.
Still there.
Still there.
Still there.
How pathetic.
Back up to the roof. The door opens up, and bright light sort of hits you immediately as you start to enter the rooftops.
See, I don't know what Captain was scared of. It's like bells and whistles to welcome.
No, it chronologically speaking, this is when the alarm bells are still going off. Yeah.
Oi, it's like music to my ears, and I walk out on the roof.
Music to your ears, it goes ding 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 ding. Okay, yeah, you head up to the roof.
Music you listen to.
This kind of music, and I take out the cowbell and start digging with it.
Why did I ask?
Nope, taking the cowbell away. Nope.
I'm digging on my tippy toes so I can't reach it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk past them and walk out.
Okay, yeah, you head up to the rooftop and you see, as you enter in, the humidity sort of hits you, kind of hard as you come out. It's kind of around that season when things are like that at the moment.
Yeah.
However, a cool breeze of wind kind of hits you a bit as you come out as well too. A very strange juxtaposition between hot and a little bit of cool. But as you look out to the city, you see all sorts of manner of people walking by. It is a lot less congested on the streets than it would say as it was at night when you saw it. Is there anything you're looking for specifically?
Are these roofs like fenced, or is it just like
edges?
Yeah,
it's got a little bit of fencing going on right now.
Alright, I'm gonna go towards the edge and sit on the edge.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, you kind of both Bilge and Xian, you notice this as Alexander is sitting at the edge of the the edge of the building.
Oi, I'll walk up. I'll stop bringing my cowbell.
Okay.
What are we looking for?
Huh? I was just here vibing. What do you mean?
Oh my god, I've been trying to get out here all night to do mission stuff, and you're out here just to enjoy the air?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Radish.
Rat?
What?
Huh?
Oh dear.
Radish.
I'm confused.
Okay.
But I will take this opportunity, being on the roof though, to see if I can see any Hightower within a 1 mile radius. Do like a whole 360.
Okay, you begin to sort of sentry turret your way around on the top of the roof. Let me jut out this map a bit. Let me see.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to like look out at the moonlight last night, but like Hightower's here in the city, and like they brought out Big Chungus.
Big.
The hell?
Wait, are you? Hold on. There was a rather large unit down below. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like really, really big.
Boy, he was like, I mean, it's hard to find someone like me, but he was like bigger than me.
Bigger than you.
Bigger than Taba?
Nah, Tab is big enough.
Maybe not as tall, but that guy was definitely had the Chungus to compete with Tom.
Thick.
Boy.
Okay.
At least few of us saw him.
Bilge, as you begin to sentry turret your way around to look around, roll investigation. See if you see anything.
-1, 17.
17? Let me see. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Okay. From what you currently are seeing at the moment, it's very much so peaceful. You begin sort of eyeing your way around here towards the to the back of the city where the slummy apartments are over here. Not a lot going on. You sort of scan your way around a bit more towards the bridge. Not a whole lot. You look over towards the leisure district. Nothing. And your eyes start to scan across towards where this is, over here. And for a moment, you start to see, instead of specks of different colors from all sorts of people wearing all sorts of clothing, you happen to notice a little bit of black over this way. A little black and red. But you're not really sure if that is Hightower or not.
Boy, I definitely cannot see on road 20. Is it like north, south, and
Oh,
west,
it's over towards the east, towards this very big open plot of land. In fact, actually, I don't know if Bilge would have the wherewithal to actually know about the plot. Because I don't know if he was paying... Bilge, were you paying attention... Would you just say in character, were you paying attention during the time that Kaito was talking to everyone about the plot of land?
Like of the whole city, or like of the little...
The little plot of... The plot of land that Ikeda was talking about, why the guilds were fighting one another for it.
Yeah, that one definitely, but
Okay.
everything else.
Okay, yeah, you take a look over towards this... towards the east, and you see across many stretches of buildings and streets. There is over towards the northeast a large wooded area. Seems to be a lot of forest over there and such. Remembering the meeting you had, you surmise that this is over in that direction is where the plot of land is, and towards the base of where the plot is where you see those little black and red specks.
Oh, so they're like just getting to that area. They're not quite to.
They're at the base of it.
houses.
They're at the base of it. There seems to be a large wall sort of blocking any entrance from getting inside, however.
I'm out of thought. Oh, fuck, I pull out the phone. Sarah, call Captain. Guys, get out, get away from the edge of the roof. Get back. Go find the team.
Oh, wait, what's
which-
going?
At which point, Tulius, go back down to you. Still groveling at this point in time. Your phone begins to ring. Which is kind of a really funny image to me.
Yeah, what's up?
Wee woo, Boulder.
I pick my head up. What's happening?
So there's the fancy plot of land. We gotta get the fancy piece of paper so that we can go on the fancy plot of land. And there's Hightower already there.
Are they inside?
They're getting to the inside.
Are we even sure those are who they
Come.
are?
Okay, come back downstairs with everybody. I think pretty soon we're gonna be heading there too.
Oi, on it. And I hang up.
Okay.
I run over. I pick Alexander up by the scruff. Let's
Whoa,
go.
whoa, whoa! Hey!
Yep,
No, you're probably
Alexander, are you trying to get out of this?
He's just gonna force me anyway.
You begrudgingly resigned to your fate. Xian?
As long as I'm being carried.
Yeah.
You picking two?
Are you Bilge? Are you picking up Xian too?
Oh, no. I just wanted to grab Alexander so that he didn't have to take time to come back from there.
Okay. Fair enough. At which point you grab Alexander, carry him, and at which point you head straight down to where the elevator is.
Taking the stairs, by the way.
Okay, you take the stairs. Xian, smart move.
Won't be in the elevator with you two.
I will hold, instead of pressing all the buttons, I will just hold Alexander up to the buttons.
He kind of kneels downward as he has you over his shoulder and places your face near the buttons, Alexander.
I pressed the number. What was it again? 18?
21.
21.
Yeah, 21. 18's where the rooms were.
21 then.
21. As the doors begin to close and sort of ding, and you feel the elevator start to move downwards. Xian, you make it in as I'd assume Tulius and Alexandria, you're not groveling anymore.
No.
Okay, good.
The
Because that would be. I think Alexander might have something on you guys at that point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
As he said, how pathetic. Anyhow, all joking aside, you get back into back upright. You're in some seats, sort of waiting. Xian, you open up the door. The rest of your team is here. In a short moment, the elevator doors open up for you, Bilge and Alexander. Bilge, you begin to walk towards the in a brisk pace, mind you. I imagine. Open up the door, and now all of you are now inside the office. At which point, you kind of notice that everyone's over off to the left-hand side in a little conglomerate of couches and chairs. And Sai kind of looks up as you guys start to enter in. And he says, very good, go ahead and take a seat. And we'll discuss business. At which point, a few moments pass by, and a few moments for a couple of you. A few moments pass by. However, for you, Bilge, it almost feels like a bit of an eternity because of the current situation. But truly, it only takes like 2 minutes. At which point, Sai goes ahead and places his pen down on the desk, and he gets up, kind of. With a little bit of issue, but he grabs his little cane and he begins to walk over to you guys. And he sort of stands upright as much as he can, looking at all of you. He says, well now, allow me to formally say good morning, and again, I hope all of you had rested well. Now then, not to beat around the bush, let us discuss how you're going to be doing things and what exactly it is that you're doing. The reason why I ask, and I'm not trying to be into your business, as of course I am only merely a real estate owner and manager, that's all I do. But it does concern Genjiro, which means it concerns me. And if I can help in any way, shape, or form, I need to know the situation. And he kind of looks to all of you, kind of expecting, waiting for you guys to speak.
I think short and simple. We need to make our way down to that disputed plot of.
Whoa. Hold up. My audio cut out. Okay, there we go. That was weird. I might need to get new headphones soon. Anyway,
No worries.
at any rate, he looks and he says, "The plot of land, yes, you were discussing that last night. Why is it that you need to go over there? That's a very strong point of contention. There are a lot of eyes watching there."
Well, being someone who knows all of the real estate here in the city, do you happen to know who the owner of that land is?
So, he stands there and he kind of puts his hand up to his chin. You can see he's very contemplating the answer. He looks to you and he says, "I don't really know, to be quite honest. That plot of land has been a bit of a mystery since, well, the guilds realized that it was worth so much. Now, as to why it's worth so much, I couldn't tell you. Interestingly enough, they have barred any at all type of information from getting out unless you're up in the higher echelons."
Well, fair enough.
I will say though, more than likely somebody does own a deed to it. Who it is, I could not possibly tell you.
Well, it's pretty safe to say that they're probably going to be having some unwelcome visitors very shortly.
The thing is, with the plot of land itself, it's actually barred. No one can enter in. If you had noticed the large concrete wall, there is no entry. However, I will say, with my knowledge of people discussing rumors and such, I did hear some hearsay about possible entry, a secret entrance of sorts. Perhaps that is what these people that are following you are looking for as well.
Is there any... Even though it is a secret passage, would there be any inclination as to where we would find this?
Some say there's possibly a broken hole somewhere. Others say that it could be accessed via the bathroom stalls. Others say that maybe it's some sort of underground tunnel near the train tracks. It's a lot of hearsay. One of those three, though, I feel has some sort of bearing. I will say, though, there is somebody out there that knows far more than I ever could. An information broker of sorts. This is what I want to discuss with you. They are known simply as the Librarian. They deal in information and they have eyes all across the entire city. Nothing escapes their gaze. And I absolutely mean that. They already know about you, and they already know about Hightower as well.
Interesting.
I hope that's not very off-putting, but it's the truth.
Yeah, we've dealt with our fair share of people watching us.
Of course.
In one form or another.
Of course.
Miss you, big guy. He said, "Miss you, Starman." Peace.
Right.
Tulius just kind of does take a quick second to, like, look upwards for a second.
Yeah, I'm probably up at Bilge.
Alright, well... I mean, concrete walls are great now, but don't you think I
Think about
had
it.
bit...
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
I was gonna say if, I mean, concrete walls are great and all, but I think high-grade explosives would be pretty effective at getting through that, don't you think?
Absolutely. But you have to understand that Hightower still has an image to maintain. Even beyond the veil. And yes, I have done some research before I had retired for the night.
Alright.
They're not going to do anything brash, but some haste probably would be beneficial.
Okay.
I can't see, at least I cannot see them personally being so bold and brazen to do something like that. They could, though.
It's not above them.
No, not at all.
Considering how fast they had climbed up the ladder as far as wealth is concerned, then yes, I do believe that as well. It seems to be a very interesting situation, but if you're looking to find more about what's going on here, it's best that you find this individual that's named the librarian. Unfortunately, I do not know where they're located, but if you can find them, they most certainly can help you in this. After all, the entirety of the city is their marketplace. And if that goes up in flames, then so does their business.
We do appreciate everything you have done for us. And
Of course.
I don't think we'll take up much more of your time than we already have this morning.
It's no trouble at all. I understand that sometimes things get a bit complicated and it's a bit above one's pay grade, so to speak. I'll allow you to go ahead and continue doing what you need to do. For the time being, though, you're still welcome here within my tower. Just be wary of those around you. Try not to make a scene. Both of the guilds are most likely watching as well. But I don't need to tell you that. You're probably very well aware. In the meantime, I might be able to assist, albeit a bit indirectly. He kind of looks down at his watch a bit. He lifts up his sleeve for a minute. Says, I have one of my associates coming in to do the work for the day. He lifts his sleeve over his watch and he looks up to you guys again. Says, perhaps they can help you. They should be here any minute.
Oh, well, just give him a warm, friendly welcome then.
Of course. At which point he kind of tries to stand up right again. He says, well, curious what it seems to be your plan of action. How do you go about doing this?
Wing it.
Yeah, well, we do that a lot, but I don't think we can do that here.
We seem to be very good at improvisation.
Oh, whoa!
For it, yeah.
Wait, guys. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a little hard of hearing, but you said that there's like a secret path in there.
It's necessarily hearsay, yes, but knowing the city and the secrets that it keeps, I'd imagine that those rumors are most likely true, but which one is true is another story altogether.
Oh, so you're gonna need time. Oh my God, Captain. I mean, with permission, you know, you guys could like go underneath the city and like go through all the maze and figure out which path leads to it. While I'm up top sitting here, like, oh hey, I'm Bilge from the Silver Hand, and you guys recognize me because you're Hightower. And then I'll run away. They chase me. You pop up from the inside. Boom, easy peasy in.
We don't even know where the entrances are.
We don't even know this. I don't think we know the suit that well.
No,
Not
yeah.
to mention, announcing our presence wouldn't be a very great idea.
Zia speaks up. That is going to raise so many alarm bells, and Bilge, I know you are a big guy and you can move. I know this from experience, but they're gonna surround you, man.
Yeah. So, hey, if it raises alarms, they're gonna be like, "Oh, all we see is bilge, so all we gotta find is bilge." And if you guys don't know the sewers, them chasing me is gonna keep their eyes off of you guys to look through the sewers. And I guarantee you, ain't no Hightowers catching this Bahama brother.
Or they could retroactively be looking for us too.
At which point, Zia says, I mean, that's solid and everything, but for one, your team doesn't even know about the sewers. I don't even know about these supposed sewers either. Not to mention, if you're here, then they know that the rest of you guys are going to be here too, because you all seem like a very tight-knit group here.
Ragtag bunch of misfits.
I don't know them.
Clearly.
He says there's a lot, but unfortunately he knows every detail. My memory haunt you forever, pink hair boy.
I flipped the bird at you.
There it is.
At which point, Zia just looks over. It's just like, smooth. At any rate, I don't know if that's a good idea, Bilge. Look, I know you're durable and everything, but when we were walking past those guys, and I mean the ones that didn't look like the grunts, I'm talking about the ones that look a little higher up on the totem pole, something about that sent a chill down my spine, and I'm usually not afraid of anything.
Yeah, those guys, those look like the heavy weapons kind of guy, if you catch my drift.
No kidding. Like...
Oi, and I clench my fist. Big Chungus.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Oi, you guys didn't look out your windows and see Hightower brought in their big puppy, Big Chungus. He was walking around.
About a bigger hellhound?
That's all the more reason to not split up then.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because I was thinking, you know, I could, like, hide me my little spear throughout the city, and I could be like, oh, you guys chase me this way, and then you guys go under. And then I pop up on the whole other side of the city, and I meet you guys at the house.
Does that work?
Oh, fuck yeah!
No, does that work in reverse?
And that we're thinking way too far ahead.
Which point?
Oh, yeah. Also, I did realize that they know that we're always together. I didn't.
I mean, we're rarely apart, to be honest. We're like a horrible married couple.
Thank you for that lovely image.
But it's one of those poly relationships.
Nope.
I have no idea what I'm seeing right now, but it's halfway between disturbing and a little entertaining.
Dysfunctional family at work. Anyway.
Clearly. At which point, the door opens up from behind, and Sai looks over and says, "Finally, you've arrived." As the door shuts, you see your good buddy. If I can grab it. Your good buddy, Kai. So he sort of steps and he sort of adjusts the collar of his shirt. Sorry about that. A little bit of little things to do.
Hey, look, Fluffy Tail's back.
And he looks to you guys and said, "I told you I was good on my word." At which point, Sai looks to the rest of you all and he says, "Yes, Kai is actually an associate of mine. He has been undercover with, well, the Hologlades for quite a while, but they have been very tight-lipped about everything." At which point, Kai kind of shrugs and he says, "Yeah, they've been, ever since tourists started showing up, they've been very hard to give out information."
Oh boy, I hope that doesn't bite us in the butt eventually.
Well, they don't know exactly all the details.
Good.
At which point...
I hope they don't. Who knows what they're trying to pull?
No. You don't want to know, trust me.
Oh, great. He said that line.
At which point he sort of sits adjacent from all of you. At which point, Sai nods and he says, I've already told them about the librarian and such. They'll have to seek out this one for themselves. As for...
Well, seeking is in our job. Description.
And
Where'd you get that?
Sai makes sure that this place is well furnished.
mm-hmm.
At which point he kind of puts his hands in his pockets and he says, so, where are you guys headed off to then?
Tulius! Oh, no,
Well, if I were someone who wanted to be in a place where I could take a look at everything and see the city from every angle possible, where would I like to hang out?
I'll raise my hand.
What do you got, Bilge?
Oi, oi. So, like, when I'm trying to look at shit, like, the biggest problem is that shit gets in my fucking way. So if I go real fucking high up, I'm above all other problems, and I can see everything, like when I was on the roof.
Yeah,
Only-
the roof access up top of this building, you get to really see just about almost everything in the city. Though with it being so back in the financial district, it's a little harder to see out in front.
So, what is our little Great Empire State Building?
Oi, what's like the highest elevator the city has?
Kai sort of sits there and thinks for a moment, and he says, truly, it's the tallest buildings are within this district.
Well, what is the tallest?
Now, the tallest happens to be a couple of the ones over next door to us. Mainly within the little part of the place where they have all the hotels and restaurants and stuff.
Oh, convenient. We just waltz all over and just climb the stairs.
Yeah, actually, that entire place over that way where, I think you, and he looks over at you, Alexander, and you, and he looks over at Bilge, where you guys were at. I had overheard the conversation, and there's a lot that my ears don't pick up. In that little spot where that building is, it's very tall. In fact, it's a mixture between an outlet mall, office space, so it has just about everything in one. If anything, that's probably the tallest building.
Does they have a retirement home?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Oh, shit.
Oi,
More than likely.
you know what else?
Hmm.
You know what else I'm talking about right now? Is it like literally that one guy has eyes like mine and like he can see everything?
Which guy?
That's the guy that we're looking for.
The librarian?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody really knows much about the librarian. If anything, they may have these eyes. He kind of like looks a little curiously at you. As you're saying, either that or they just have surveillance everywhere.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that. Like, what if instead of him being up highway, what if he's like the deepest in all the shit in the city and he's just got a bunch of like spies?
I'm willing to go with that.
That sounds slightly more reasonable.
I'd agree with that, actually.
Ooh.
Considering the fact that the librarian has eyes and ears everywhere, they're probably stationed somewhere. I doubt it's in a place like the building adjacent from us. but at the same
And
time,
if he's utilizing camera feeds and whatnot, maybe we should look where all the camera monitors and everything are plentiful.
Well, we're gonna look for cameras.
Maybe he's hanging somewhere in the electronics district.
it's a good bet, but I don't know if that would be the case. To be quite honest.
Does he have like a symbol for any of his cult little spy dudes? Like, do they carry like a little pendant of a book because he's a librarian?
Don't know. If that was the case, then I think we might would probably found out about him sooner.
Dang, he really is that secretive, ain't he?
Well, yeah.
Or she. Or it.
Nobody knows who or what the librarian is. Could be a supercomputer for all I know.
Oi. So, just an idea. What if?
What if?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it.
No worries.
Talking to myself like a dumbass. So I'll even go alone. It was my idea. But what if we send one or two of us up the building to make sure that he's not up there, while everybody else looks through the city to see if they can find some spies that are a little too nosy?
Spies?
Or looking for cameras. What if we cover the whole field? You know what I mean? Look everywhere for him since he's so hard to find.
Well, as I agreed with Sai, it seems that your business is kind of our business as well too, so I'm just here sort of to help out with whatever you need. So I'm following your lead.
I have a better idea.
What's your idea?
Remember how we got her former boss, gestures to Zane. Bird. Fuck.
It's Zia. And yeah. What about my sleazy ass boss?
Well, we pretty much got him to find us. So what if we get the librarian to look for us?
You mean cause enough of a stir that we get his attention?
Something like that.
I mean, if you want to do that, I'd say if that's your prerogative, you can. But that's the thing. But that's the thing about information brokers. You look for them, not the other way around.
Right, I was just gonna say that. Well, if you cause a big old ruckus, Moors will probably just sit there and laugh while I walk up and cause a ruckus with you. You gotta sort of figure out who you get to.
You got that right.
Whoa. I'm not looking to start a riot in a city that's already riot.
Or we could end up drawing the wrong type of attention.
Exactly.
What do we get a knowledge broker to be interested in us?
Information.
What if we get beef on both of the sides and we start we've got some inside scoop if somebody wants to buy it? He'll probably be like, bet I'll buy it right off.
If anything, they probably already know about this sort of beef with the two guilds. If anything, you would want to get more outside information, probably something that's lucrative.
No, yeah, that's
This might be a little far-flung. There is one location I believe we haven't been to.
Eh?
We've been inside the city. What about the area outside?
Which point?
The run-down area.
At which point, Kai kind of looks over to you, Xian, and says, "Really, there's nothing there. I can already tell you right there. Those are a lot of oppressed people over there."
Well, I mean, like I said, it was a far-flung idea, but
Fair, yes.
if I was an information broker, maybe I wouldn't want to be station myself where everybody could potentially, find me. Maybe I could be in a different location. Rather than the glamour, why not, the mud?
Huh?
It's just a thought.
No, yeah. You said like he's so hard to find. Think about how like immediately when Xian said that, you were like, "Oh no, he's not there." Perfect hiding spot.
You know what? That's not a dumb idea. He could be hiding amongst the rubble.
And have his spies wandering the city. While he lays low somewhere else.
The perfect hiding spot. The place that no one looks.
I mean, if we can find these people who are working for the librarian, that's a good start.
Yeah.
But with no actual signifier, it's going to be very difficult.
And everybody here's kind of shifty in their own right.
You got that right.
Oi, and you said that like
Yes.
good, like help us out because we're such a good cause and whatnot. Do you know anyone that's like super good with the wiring stuff, the terminology?
Technology? Hang on.
Yeah, that.
He says, I know a guy, but he's a little, what's the right word? Unhinged?
Unhinged.
He's an old friend. He's a little crazy.
Right. I usually take shit off the hinges, so that's alright.
Okay, Bilge.
Not what I mean. He's brilliant, and he has a very large influence over the city, but he's a little crazy. I don't...
Would, just a question about this librarian character.
Yeah.
Would he happen to know where your base of operations is? As far as the Hollow-Blade is concerned.
Yeah, he definitely would know about that.
Do you think he would know exactly where the Blue Suns are?
Probably.
Well,
The Blue Suns are a little more underground, but at the same time, they're callous. Make mistakes.
This is just a random question. Do you think the librarian would know about Hightowers?
He kind of thinks for a second. He says, possibly. Whether or not what they're after is another story entirely. But they may not know. In fact, if the librarian doesn't know that, then we could possibly leverage that. Unless you guys know anything about them. Anything worthwhile. Okay, Jack. Go ahead.
what about the identities of a few top brass? That might be of some use.
You actually know some people up in that higher echelons?
Sweat.
I mean,
Good night.
having
Right.
fought one of their chairs.
Fill me in when I'm
Gordon,
back.
You bet, bud. Alright, have a good night. Okay.
later. Yeah, having had trading blows with one of their boardsmen, I'd say that's pretty juicy knowledge.
That might actually work then. Not exactly sure what more we could do about that, but it's worth a shot. I need
Whoa.
no information.
Whoa, real quick. I'll walk up to Captain Tulius,
Okay.
and I put my hands over my mouth, and I whisper in his ear, and be like, "Oi, we know like way more than just like the people. Like they're like making giant fucking kobolds and shit. Like we know what they're doing, all the shady shit."
Oh, I know. And then if there's a way we can do something to Help them, help us.
Oi, oi.
Alright, so I guess the point is now, at this rate, we just gotta decide where we're gonna look.
What if?
What if?
So, like, there's like so many different.
Bitch.
Wait, hello.
Hello.
Oh my god, fucking.
I feel that.
So there's like so many different ways we.
Yes.
So like, I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck it keeps cutting out.
That's alright.
So like, what you think would be like the most, like the best way to do this, Captain? Like, what you think would be like? Oh, he'll probably come to us for the information, like a wild goose chase.
Where's a place where a lot of information likes to move around? Probably social places, I would think.
Social places and such like that. You know, if I had to leverage any sort of bet, maybe the plot of land has something to do with it too. Just a thought.
Ooh, what if, since we don't even know if the sewers on actual,
Right, back to the sewers again.
what if like that's where he is, and that's why nobody's been able to find him?
It's possible. I doubt that they would stick somewhere in the sewers because, you know, that's pretty friggin' gross, if you ask me. But at the same time, I think more than likely they're somewhere in the city, if you catch my drift. Whereabout? No idea.
Another day on the down.
I don't fuck.
We'll just need to be a little bit more discreet than we were last night.
No kidding.
We could split up again and see if we can track him down.
Yeah, what are we working with? Like 9 people here?
We've definitely got the people power.
We could do groups of 3.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So going back to like that, hingy guy you were talking about.
Yeah, what about him?
What if like we put up a 15 and like have them like pop their faces in front of a couple cameras, and then we have Hingy dude like track the picture and be like, oh, this is going back to this casino. Oh, this is going back to like the blue whatever the fuck's. Oh my god, this one's going back to an unknown dude in the fucking slums. Like, what if we like track where each of the cameras in different parts of the cities is going?
If that's the case, we'd have to find the cameras in the first place. Nobody has been able to find those. Not to mention my friend is like I said, he's strange man. And I don't think we'd be able to get everything that we need from him right away.
I mean, if you can get the Hingy guy, I can definitely find cameras if they're in the city.
It's possible, but I don't know how willing he would be to help us out. Unless we help him out as well, too. Like I said, he's influential here. Believe it or not, he's actually one of the few people that's actually one of the higher-ups in one of the lesser-known guilds here.
Lesser known.
Yeah.
Oi, like, with your permission, Captain, like, I lean in, Captain, I've got fancy spells. So, like, I could find the cameras, and I could, like, offer my fist if he ever needs a warrior, and then he could help us find the library.
It might just be easier to look for him directly.
That's what I'm thinking. Not to mention, my friend likes to make unannounced visits. He likes to try to keep me on my toes, and this guy literally shows up anywhere. I don't know how he does it. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of magic.
So maybe... What if we made it not apparent to everyone, but to him, that we were looking for him? He may attempt to reach out to us.
The librarian you speak of, yeah?
Yeah.
It's possible. To be honest, I'll be honest with you. I kind of doubt it, but it's possible.
I'm not one for graffiti, but yeah, artwork is artwork. If we went around placing a very small symbol somewhere, something that he would recognize, but not Hightower or, God forbid, the Blue Suns could pick up.
A symbol?
Right, something that says, we're here, we want to talk.
Very interesting.
What if we
that
draw?
could-
What if we draw a bunch of hearts and we put librarian plus seekers?
That would get attention. Subtle.
Wait, seekers? What is that supposed to mean?
Just a group of people seeking him.
Oh yeah.
Roll deception for me real quick, please.
Oh fuck! I'm so bad.
Okay, a dirty 20.
Kai looks at you for a minute and he shrugs and says, "Alright, fair enough."
Whoa, even better. What if like we disguise ourselves and like we all look kind of like brothers and sisters, and we're like a fake family, and we're like, oh, the Adams family is looking for the library. Is looking for the library.
Oh my lord.
No.
That's a big shutdown now.
Wait, what?
No.
Then they won't know that we're looking for him, and it'll be like he knows who he's looking for.
How about this? I'll walk up to the desk. Mr. Saito, do you have a piece of paper I could borrow?
Of course. And he goes ahead and slides over a blank sheet of paper to you.
I'm going to pick it up, and using prestidigitation, placing my hand flat onto the piece of paper.
Yes.
When it comes back up, it's going to be like a shiny silver hand.
Ooh.
Why don't we place a symbol like this in conspicuous places around town and see if he gets the idea?
Sai kind of looks over at it, and then Kai kind of looks over his shoulder, looking over at it. He kind of nods a bit, and he says, "It's possible, good work."
I can imagine this pretty much differentiates itself from any of the Hollow Blades or the Blue Suns.
I've never seen anything like that, so yeah, you're right about that.
I'm pretty sure Hightower's probably a little too preoccupied to even notice.
Maybe.
We'll have to see. Would they even know what that means?
If it's hidden well enough, I think we'll be okay.
Alright, well, I'm down for this.
Maybe put some explosive cards here and there. I struck the nearest seeker near me.
Which would probably be either your sister or, I don't know, probably Bilge.
Oh, that's Bill.
I'll open up my mouth.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Wait, explosive cards? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
They're like exploded with flavor.
Wait.
It's his thing. Don't worry about it.
I mean, if something's exploding, that's gonna probably cause a lot of ruckus. A lot
It's
of noise.
fine. They're harmless.
No, no.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
What do you mean?
I can even hear it.
I'm gonna nudge his side. Stop it.
Man, you guys are no fun.
Don't want to
It's-
read last time.
I imagine at some point, explosions are gonna happen in one capacity or another.
Oh, whoa, wait, guys. So, like, since we're trying to hide a bunch of silver hands around the city, what if, like, Alexander goes over
Mm.
Does what?
and starts hiding cards? And then Silver Hand will start finding cards, and then they explode, and they're sitting here worried about cards when we're worried about Silver Hands.
No explosions.
They'll look at the whole wrong thing.
No explosions.
We don't want to hurt anybody.
It's fucking Hightower.
Yeah, but what if some random individual comes across it and it's not Hightower?
Oh well.
No, that's why we put only the cards over bar where I saw Hightower trying to climb a wall.
I think it's probably in our best interest, personally speaking, that we keep a low profile. If you go and add exploding cards to something, they're going to be on high alert.
Yeah, we don't want that.
But hey,
It was
like
only
I
a joke. But I guess.
well, hey, like I said, I'm following you guys at the moment.
Well, who else is pretty artsy and can do this?
Raise his
And I
back.
held up the paper.
Yeah, Xian raises his hand. Let me check something. Let me check something.
Wait.
So, yeah.
Does anyone have silver paint?
No, but they can probably be easily obtained.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a shop nearby that has one. It's probably gonna go to like a little hobby shop or something over there.
I mean, I didn't paint a mural by myself.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So that makes 2 people. Yeah, Zia kind of shrugs her, shrugs a bit, and she's like, yeah, I've got nice handwriting, but that's only because I've done years of paperwork. Artsy stuff, forget about it.
No worries. Alright then. I guess, Xian and myself, let's just split up into 2 teams.
I'm sorry, looking at Alexandria, he's like, I don't remember. What was your name again? He's looking over to you, Alexander.
It's Alexander.
Okay, alright. Alexander, didn't you just say that you painted a mural or something?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm saying then, if he did that, then that means he's pretty good in that department as well, too. Maybe you should take him along.
Alright then, 3 groups. Like we originally planned.
Hmm.
3 groups. And start making this. All around the city, and if you can hide it amongst some other graffiti or other posters or something that's on the wall, just make it noticeable but inconspicuous.
It's a bit of a tall order, but I think we can do it.
Alright then. So let's see.
Gonna need a lot of paint.
Like I said, there's a nearby store we can go to and get that.
I'm pretty familiar with the gambling district, so I can go head over into that area. Maybe like the northern part of the electronics.
Alright, splitting the party.
Oh, and then we should send Xian's group to the slums because it was his idea that he could be hiding down there. And then we'll have Alex's group just cover the whole other side.
Yeah, where's everybody being split up into?
Captain?
It's okay. I promised you.
Well, yeah, I could take care of this area. Basically, this whole northeastern area. I
Alright.
think another group should take the entirety of the leisure district.
Sounds like your favorite place, Bilge.
I thought.
And then maybe
Oh God.
the third
Yes.
the third group can take care of the entertainment district. And then the southern half of the electronics.
Okay. And so.
I'll go wherever.
Yeah, who's going where though? That's the question.
I could take the southern half of electronics and the entertainment district.
There we go. And so then Alexander's group will take leisure.
I kind of know that area. I know a couple of cool kids we could talk to. You want me on your team, Alexander?
Or you're gonna beat him up?
No. We could talk to, not with our fists.
I know the leisure district pretty well. If you need me anywhere, since I've been stuck there for a while.
Oh, bet. There's our team.
Okay.
I will go wherever I'm needed.
So that would be Bilge, Zia, and Alexander in one group.
Aye.
Okay. Put them together.
Fine. Just don't look at me when I'm doing the thing.
The thing.
The thing.
I don't like people looking at me when I'm in the mood.
Okay,
Oh.
whatever you say.
The artistic mood.
Let's see. I
Kai
guess I could take.
kind of looks over to you, Tulius, and he says, my main thing is making sure that everyone's pretty well protected. That's my deal. So if you need anybody with a little extra muscle, you can put me there.
Well, I wouldn't mind that personally.
Alright. So I guess it'll be you, me, and... who else?
Well, Alexandra, do you want to come with me, or do you want to go with Xian?
Why don't we have Alexandria, who's always on her phone?
What was that?
Well, we have Alexandria, who's always on her
Uh-huh.
I think.
It keeps cutting out.
Oh, fuck it. Go to the electronics district.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, since you guys were there yesterday, it might be good for you to stick with Xian, and you guys can take care of that area.
Oi, and then you...
And then you...
And then you guys have Moors go with you guys, so that you got some beef with you, and then we'll have Gramps go with Tulius and Kai.
Sounds pretty good.
Jack says, yeah, that'd be fine. I can do that.
Okay.
Alright.
Give him the old subtlety. Whatever that entails.
We'll make this really quick. I don't want to spend too much time or get us somewhere where we can't pull out really fast. So, pun intended.
I knew it.
So...
Alright, so...
We'll only do it for about an hour. Don't want to overextend or anything.
an hour and a half probably would be enough in order for us to get things done, including going to the local stores and seeking out some places to put the stuff at.
Oh yeah, and getting the paint and everything.
Alright. Then I guess that settles it. And he places his hands up on the arms of his chair and kind of sits upright. Well, we get moving then, huh?
Great.
Mr. Saito, I hope you don't mind if we reconvene back here in an hour.
I would not mind that at all, actually. In fact, it'd be remiss of me to say that I would not be interested to hear of your exploits, especially since, of course, Kai works for me. Any and all information you can pass along to me would be very beneficial, and I'll see what I can do on my end.
Alright. Let's get this done, guys.
And just real quick, because I can't see a layout of the map. The plot of land is a little bit eastward, like it's towards the east side of the city.
Yes, actually. Is Jinjito's map pinned? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Should be, yeah.
Okay. So, real quick, let me do a thing here real quick, and I'll show you where the plot of land is for anyone who may be confused about it.
I'm sorry, I can't find pinned messages. I switched to iPhone and everything's confusing.
That's okay. I'm about to do something inside here real quick. Hang on.
But the plot of land towards the east, would probably fall like closest to Captain Tulius' area since it's northeast, right?
Yes, it's northeast.
Oi. So then I will, I'll look at Captain. Oh, sorry. Oi. If anything gets crazy, I want you to give me a call, and I'll be there instantly. I will be with you, and I'll hand him my spear.
Keep in mind of the range of the spear's recall ability, Bilge.
Wait, even for me to recall to it?
Yes, it has a range.
Oh. Alright, that's fine.
Okay, hang on. I'll give you the edited map here now. Whoops. That's not right. Okay, hang on. My apologies. We're about to be almost done here for tonight. But here is right where you see where the red line is, up at the northeast part of the city, is where the plot of land is that they're warring over. So the red outline. So for those in Roll20, it's right up here. Alright, so all of you begin to, I imagine, head downstairs and get ready for your little quick mission, your 1 hour mission. And with that, I believe that is a good bookmark for tonight. As I know it's getting a little bit late, and I'd love to continue doing more, because I have more planned. But so far, so good, guys. I'm glad we can get the ball rolling, and we'll be able to go full force next week.
Alright.
Awesome.
Baby.
Yeah, I know it was not exactly the most exciting thing tonight, but trust me, there will be more. So we shall see how you handle this whole thing. I'm very curious. Very curious. But yeah, I hope you guys still had a bit of fun time getting together. Next week is where it's going to be really at, though, for sure. I promise.
I'm gonna be a year older. I hate that. Moving on.
Yeah, but I still act like my shoe size, so that's fine. I mean, we're playing D&D right now, right?
Age is a number.
Exactly. State of mind. But anyways,
As young as you feel.
Exactly. So with that said, I hope you guys still had a fun time.
Yeah.
Good. The big thing I'm working on, I don't know if it's going to be done by next week, because I still got a lot of things to draw out, including these new Hightower units that you guys have just sort of discovered.
Oh man.
Not to mention as well too, if you manage to pick a fight with any of them, I gotta have their stats ready. So.
Yeah.
Sweating
harder.
Yeah. Everything's homebrewed about these guys. So. But with that said, I'm excited to see where this is going. Well, I think soon. There. Seriously.
I mean, there's one among us that could actually reach further than that.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna get to the part, as I mentioned, why I was going to find this arc to be my favorite very soon. But so far, you guys have really knocked it out of the park with your planning and everything. Making friends along the way is also very helpful. So,
Naturally.
yeah. Good job, guys. Did fantastic. But with that said, it is time for us to go for the night. And we're not going to pick a fight with them now. That's up to you guys. That's up to you. It's not a fight if it's a prank. See a bunch of YouTube videos where people who pull pranks get the shit kicked out of them. But with that said, I think it is time to bid adieu, and we'll see you all next week.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah. Have a good night, and we will see you soon. All right.